What's up, guys? I'm Seth Mick. This is Native Diamond Podcast, showcasing all the newest gems in metal and rock music.
Welcome to the Native Diamond Podcast.
Oh, shit! What you waiting for?
This, for me, is day 8 of quarantine. I'm fucking getting so sick of this shit, but luckily, we have all these new metal releases to keep me enticed.
That's what she said. No time! But she did. No time!
Hopefully, things will start getting better for us soon. I know a lot of people are affected by this coronavirus. I hope we get a lot closer, even though we're all isolated right now. Before I start today's show, I need to plug a couple of things. As always, you can find me at native_podcast
on all social media platforms.
You can answer questions on today's show or talk about topics off the podcast.
Also, I have all audio on all podcast platforms.
Please don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, ring the bell. That way you're notified every time I drop a new episode of Native Diamond Podcast. I have a great show lined up for you today. Let's get into it with today's review.
The review.
Today's review, I have the band Neck of the Woods with their new album, The Annex of Ire, which was released March 20th. Neck of the Woods is for fans of Between the Buried and Me,
Converge,
Misery Signals, Gojira,
and Every Time I Die. This is Vancouver prog metal. This band was formed in early 2014, and in their bio it says, exhilarating brand of progressive metal and charged live shows have quickly earned them a reputation as one of the most exciting acts to emerge from Vancouver's metal scene. The band members include Dave Carr and Ron Holloway on guitar, Jeremy Gill Martin on the drums, Brian Gabi on the bass, and Jeff Radomski on the vocals. So let's start off today's review with the guitars. The guitars felt really bluesy and rich in tone. It's not overdone with huge amounts of gain. I appreciate the little bit of reverb that they put on the guitar.
It took me like 5 takes to say that right there.
Starting off with the Annex of Ire, you get this acoustic guitar play with this great build-up.
I love how it ended on that solo fade out.
And every song comes equipped
with this badass solo.
This is probably one of my favorite albums for bass guitar. I love the bass in Strange Consolation.
Let's get into the percussion.
On these drums, you're getting
blast beats,
polyrhythms,
non-stop footwork,
you're getting a deep snare hit,
and it's just a great mix overall. I was impressed by the toms because they didn't mesh in with the kick and you can actually differentiate them apart. And I really wonder how many microphones were used to track the drums. If you're watching this, Neck of the Woods, I really want to know. I'm honestly in awe. I can't believe that it sounded that great. And I love the drums and Crosshairs Will Shift. In the album, I love how the drums had really nice dynamics. A really good example of this is Strange Consolation. Just because it's metal, it doesn't have to go hard the whole time. I really enjoyed that. Very well played, and I appreciate the dynamics.
Now let's get into the vocals and the lyrics.
Fucking love these vocals. It has so much aggression. The lyrics I heard were good. I mean, you couldn't really check out the lyrics on Spotify.
I checked on Apple Music as well.
Couldn't get to the lyrics. I'm sure it's going to be something that you're going to have to buy in the merch section. I'm not sure. So I couldn't really dive into the meaning. Maybe they just want you to check them out and get the overall feel of each song and interpret that the way you want to yourself.
Let's get into the pros of this album.
So in the Annex of Ire, they really understand the soft to loud thing. It's not like most metal albums where you're just going from heavy riff to heavy riff to heavy riff. It actually has some kind of a formula. It feels very organic as far as their sound. It doesn't feel overproduced, overdone. Kind of reminded me of like Mastodon. It's based off the feel. It's not based on gimmicks. It's solely on how well the instrumentation is. Some songs felt fucking metal as fuck. And then you had other songs that just felt like pure rock and roll. which I really appreciated. But they do it so well. They blend it so well. It's not like you're going from
Guns N' Roses
to Behemoth. I mean, it's a very nice transition, and it makes sense how they really pulled this off. They ended the album very well. You really just want more. The way they end it, it's kind of like a great movie ending.
Let's get into the cons of this album.
As I mentioned before, one of my biggest cons was I couldn't check out the lyrics. I don't know why. Also, I wish it was a little bit longer. 38 minutes long. It seemed kind of short. Maybe
2 more tracks.
Now, let's get into the rating of the album.
they've been gaining a lot of different... Let's get into the rating. Alright, let's not. I really thought about the rating for this album. I had never checked out Neck of the Woods before, so I was really surprised by this release. I love that they're not a huge, well-known band yet. Hopefully they gain a lot of traction off this album because it is really good. Annex of Ire. I'm dropping 4 out of 5 diamonds. It is so sick. 4 out of 5 diamonds, to me, that's excellent. Go check out Neck of the Woods today. Dropping a link, as always,
At
Native_podcast. Let me know what you think about this album. Is this album of the year material or not?
I really want to know.
That does it for today's review. Let's get into
Today's news.
The news.
I have In This Moment with their new single As Above, So Below, which was released on March 20th. In This Moment, formed by Maria Brink and Chris Howarth in 2005.
LA melodic goth rock band.
Theatrical pop metal.
They're getting ready to release their new album, Mother, on March 27th. This band has been through a lot of lineup changes. They've played gigs like
Ozfest.
Port Tour
Mayhem Fest.
and Not Fest, along with many other festivals. I used to hate on this sort of stuff, but honestly, it's grown on me as I've gotten older. I've started to appreciate
More mainstream metal.
whatever the fuck you want to call it. Basically, I'm behind anything metal. I'm behind anything that has guitars in it. Anything that's gonna help perpetuate metal forward, I'm all about it. So I'm not gonna throw shade on bands like In This Moment. Even if it is poppy, that's not a big deal. I try to put bands like this on the show, also with heavier bands, to really show a spectrum of what metal actually looks like in 2020. I enjoyed the feature with Joe Catella of Dead. I enjoyed that whole vocal exchange between Joe and Mariah. And I like the slick guitar riffs in that banger. So actually today they're dropping their album Mother, so you can go and check that out if you're into In This Moment at Native_podcast. Let me know what you think about In This Moment.
Are they like butt metal?
Are they like something that you guys really enjoy, or is it just a band that you kind of just skim over? I really just want to know.
Also,
Upon a Burning Body has dropped their new single, Built From War. It was released March 20th. Their drums always have a lot of punch. The riff is really thrashy. You get a really nice solo in this song, and you can't help but bob your head to the single. These guys rip. We've been getting a couple of singles for a minute, but no mention of a new album yet.
can't wait to see another album drop.
Go check them out today.
And In Heart's Wake has dropped their new single, Worldwide Suicide.
This is Australian deathcore.
Jake Taylor has nasty vocals. I like the layered vocals with the modern production, and this song has a lot of note bending. The breakdown was worth it at the end. It really did catch me off guard. So here's a new one from our friends In Heart's Wake with their new single, Worldwide Suicide. So that pretty much does it for the news.
Let's get into today's countdown with the list.
The list.
Kicking off today's list, my number 5
Is Aversions Crown with their single, The Soil. It's fucking hilarious because Australia is taking over all metal, I'm telling you. So check out today's
Number 5,
Aversions Crown with their single, The Soil.
Coming in at number 4.
I got Dead Awake with their single January 24th, 2018. Dead Awake comes from Rockford, Illinois, which is about an hour and a half outside of Chicago. This song was inspired by somber subject matter. Listen to your somber ass song today with January 24th, 2018. Today's
number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3.
Dream On Dreamer with their single Don't Disappear. This 4-piece hardcore metal band comes from Melbourne, Australia. What the fuck do you know? Another Australian band. Check out The Takeover with
number 3.
Dream On Dreamer and their single Don't Disappear. Coming in at number 2, I have the band Captives with their song Falling Apart. This UK metal rock band is called The Band to Watch in 2020. Go ahead and keep your eye on Captives because they're obviously doing something right. You can judge that yourself with their single Falling Apart.
My number 2.
Hello, I'm number 2.
Coming in
at number 1,
which marks my song of the week.
Like blurry skies, clustering worlds, but after all I stand alone and fight death.
Today's song of the week is Heaven Shall Burn with their song
Protector.
It's very hard to sell people on the name Heaven Shall Burn. It's going to be hard for anybody to really check them out if you're religious. If it makes you feel better, I'll just call them HSB the whole time. So HSB is a German extreme metal band. And the only reason I say extreme metal band because usually that just translates to death metal band. They're just a German death metal band that was formed in 1996. They've been around for a hot fucking minute, okay?
They have to be kind of good. They've been around for so long.
They dropped their fucking banger of an album on March 20th via Century Media Records. This fucking gargantuan album is
97 minutes long.
And it's really a double album. I believe you get 2 vinyls when you buy this.
The guitars are fucking insane with HSB.
I just love the tone and the key that they're in with the song Protector.
The song is catchy, what can I say?
So if you want to listen to a band with great drums
and
sick guitar, go check out HSB today. They just dropped that new album of Truth and Sacrifice. Drop the link below at native_podcast. Tell me what you thought about today's song of the week, Protector, and let me know what you thought about the album of Truth and Sacrifice. That pretty much does it for the list. You can find my playlist on Spotify, Diamonds in the Rough.
A playlist where I add all the newest modern metal.
And you can always find my top 5 from my latest episode.
It's the top 5 songs.
How clever am I?
I'll drop a link below for my Diamonds in the Rough playlist.
Last but not least,
let's get into today's hidden gem.
today's hidden gem is the band White Stones with their single Worms.
Worms comes off their new album, which dropped
Friday the 13th, and you would know Mendez from being the bassist of Opeth. Check out today's hidden gem, White Stones, with their single
Worms.
So that pretty much does it for today's podcast. I'm going to be doing a lot more reaction videos. Feel free to check those out. I'll drop a link below with all the other links from the show. Please like the video and subscribe. I really enjoy it when you guys leave comments and feedback, interact with some of the questions from the show. It means a lot to me.
Please help me out with that.
Can't wait to see you guys on a future video. And as always, shine on.